It all happened so quickly. Within a single second, space may have expanded more than a trillion times. The temperatures dropped from hundreds of millions of degrees Celsius to a mere billion degrees. This is the Big Bang, the birth of a universe. It took place 13.8 billion years ago. Hi everyone, I'm Sarvesh and welcome to SS World. The topic of this video is the first stars in the universe. Things continue to evolve rapidly. Most of the antimatter in the known universe disappeared. Temperatures dropped further down to a few thousand degrees. Subatomic particles began to clump together, eventually forming the first atoms, hydrogen, helium, and a tiny amount of lithium. And then, darkness. After an initial burst of activity lasting a few 100,000 years, the universe entered a long and gloomy epoch, one that physicists called the Dark Ages. It would be hundreds of millions of years before the first stars shone out into space. The earliest stars to shine out in the darkness of the universe are called population 3 stars. They were very different from the stars we see in the night sky today. Some theories suggest they were enormous, each with hundreds of times the mass of the sun. They were also probably far hotter. They burned brightly and they died young in spectacular explosions that seeded the universe with matter to build the next generation of stars. They died so young, in fact, that not one of these population 3 stars should survive today, but perhaps against all the odds, some of them do. That's according to an international team of astronomers from Portugal. The scientists used the Very Large Telescope in the Atacama Desert of northern Chile and several other telescopes to survey some of the most distant galaxies from Earth. Because the light from these distant regions of space has taken billions of years to reach us, it effectively shows us how these galaxies looked in the first billion years of the existence of the universe. Such distant galaxies are generally relatively dim, but some of those that the astronomers found are unusually bright. One in particular is 3 times as bright as any ancient galaxy seen before 2015. The astronomers called it Cosmos Redshift 7 or CR7 for short. The name was chosen to honor the then brightest of Real Madrid's Galactico footballers, Cristiano Ronaldo, who also goes by the nickname CR7. You see, several of the astronomers are Portuguese, just like Ronaldo. It's not just the brightness that makes the CR7's light so unusual. Its composition or spectrum is odd too. Generally, the light from a galaxy betrays the presence of a vast array of elements, oxygen, iron, silicon, and so on. But CR7's light contains little more than hydrogen and helium. These are the only 2 elements forged in abundance during the Big Bang itself, and the only 2 that would be found in the very earliest stars of the universe. If the light from CR7 contains mostly hydrogen and helium, there's a good chance that some of the stars belong in the population 3 category. There might be some of the last of their kind in the known universe. In 2016, another team of astrophysicists studied CR7 using different telescopes, and they think they found traces of elements other than hydrogen and helium in its stars. That would suggest CR7 does not contain population 3 stars after all. But the issue will probably remain unsettled for a few more years until NASA finds something on the James Webb Space Telescope. This has the power to probe deeper into space than astronomers could have then. The new telescope should be able to confirm whether or not population 3 stars still lurk in those far-flung regions, and whether we really can still glimpse a type of star that burned brightly to bring the universe's dark ages to an end. So this is the end of our topic. I hope you found the video interesting. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more interesting science stories like this.